Cool. Sweet, I like it. Welcome to Train by Mindy. We are going to go into leg strength for runners. So, big stuff, right? You've been training a lot on running and like low-key, kind of feel like cardio is getting there a little bit, but your legs are tired. So let's build up some strength on the fronts, on the quads, on the hamstrings, glutes, hip flexors, the whole deal. Cool enough? And then we're good to go and propel ourselves into our runs. But you can repeat these, right? A couple times a week, and then you're gonna be a whole lot better on maintaining that distance, growing that distance, all that good stuff. So, a couple different things. We have a mat, we have dumbbells. I use my heavies, so I have 20s. If you wanna go down to closer to like 15s, but you're gonna be doing things like squatting, lunging, deadlifting, those types of movements. I've also grabbed a band. If you don't have a band, that's a-okay. You can go on body weight, but I would encourage you to grab a set of mini bands because they're really helpful in training your hip flexors and the outsides of your glutes. So your medes and your mins, I highly encourage. So I would go that route. I've linked everything so you can grab all these things if you want them. And other than that, I think we're good. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go on a warm-up together. I will demo each of the blocks. When we get to them, we will go through the exercises together, and that's the whole shebang. Cool enough? Okay, so we're going to come down onto what's called a 90-90. First and foremost, I'm going to warm up your hips for these lifts. So you're going to be down on the heels, knees are elevated. We're going to rotate, look the direction you are rotating, and then we'll come and go the other way, and we are cool, and we are good. On my runs recently, I was inspired to do this because I have noticed how much better my legs feel during the runs themselves because I've really been working on leg strength, and I don't feel like my legs are getting tired. It's more so now a little bit on my cardio, right? So now I'm trying to increase on kind of that cardio side as far as keeping runs consistent, that kind of thing. But I thought, hey, I'm sure there are plenty of people who weren't training, a ton as far as increasing that leg strength previously to then carry them through runs. So here we all go, and diving in there. Cool. We're going to now go up onto the knees. We're low-key just going to go from knees up to feet and back down. So I want to come here, come up to the squat, come back down onto the knees. So this is you. Back and forth. We can switch which leg goes up first. Perfectly delightful and cool. Cute, magical, lovely. Working a lot on knees, on hips, on ankles, feet, right? Getting everything kind of ready to rock on this strength day for specifically legs for running. Cool. All right. Stand you up, shake it out. Let's go ahead, we're gonna grab the foot. We're gonna stretch out kind of on the front of the quad here, just a little bit, kind of going back and forth. Be a little bit dynamic, right? We're not going full stretch here. We're kind of working on this warm up. So we're gonna work and go back and forth a little bit versus really holding and staying into that stretch for a long time. I like it. Good stuff. I'm excited for you to grow your leg strength, help you carry through on runs, all that good stuff. It's a good feeling when all of a sudden you're like, my legs aren't tired. I feel like I can keep going, all that good stuff. Let's go back down again for the 90-90. One more time. Rotate, look the direction in which you are rotating. If you want an even longer warm up, you can pause this video. You can go through this a third time through, but I'm only gonna take you through 2 times before we go on to our exercises together. And then we're cruising and we're living large. And I like that for us. All right, cool. Again, to your knees, this will be our last exercise. And then we're gonna come up onto the feet. We'll stay kind of in that squat. So we're here, come back down, flip the other way, and so on and so on. Cute. Let's go one more, same side. I didn't do a very good job of alternating that. I just went until I felt like I wanted to change. And that's good, and that's delightful. Okay, first block. We're gonna go two times through. We're gonna go on a squat with the dumbbells up on top of our shoulders. So, got my two heavies here. I'm gonna flip these guys up here to where they're kind of resting on my shoulders. Feet about hip width apart, right? Even probably a little bit wider. You're trying to see if you can get your butt down below your knees, okay? So you're trying to sink down below the knees, come back up, hips come through, up on top. When your butt goes below your knees, that is training a lot on the fronts of the legs, so on the quads. When your butt is in line with your knees, so you're more here, that's going to train a lot on your butt. So just so you know the difference there as far as squats. If your range of motion is not there, perfectly fine. Let's lighten up the weight, see if that helps. If that doesn't help, we can always go parallel, so your butt goes with your knee. You could also go single leg, if that makes it a little bit easier, so you're more here on that squat. Might make it a little easier to get that full range of motion. You do you as far as training on the fronts of the legs. Then, we're gonna go on the lunge, still training fronts of legs, right? So we're gonna kind of go back to back here. You can grab 2 dumbbells, you can grab 1 dumbbell. I'm gonna grab 2. You could always hold this as a goblet if you'd rather and hold just 1, perfectly fine. But I'm going to step out here in front of me for the forward lunge and then come back up. We're gonna flip the other way. So it's going to be alternating back and forth. Where you are going to go on the lunge, I'm barely tapping that knee down. You can always hover it if you need to. Might be a little bit easier to hold 1 dumbbell, so then you're here on more of a goblet. Or again, if you need to, you can always drop the weights down. You can go body weight, you can hang on to something. It's gonna be a little balance heavy, so just so you know that. Cool, like it? That's going to be your first little combo. Again, we are attacking the living hell out of the fronts of the legs. So, know that's going into it. That is what we're training, that's the purpose, and I like it. Cool enough? All right, delightful. We're going to flip you here 2 times around, 10 times through, and we're cool. So again, you're trying to get butt lower than your knees, hips come through, up on top, you're kind of shooting those toes out to the sides. Cute, that's 3, that's 4, my knee just cracked, 5, good, 6, beautiful. Suck your belly button in here as well, right? Really work on your core is activated here in the squat since you have those dumbbells. Also up on top of the shoulders. That 9 and 10. Cute. Oh, I almost dropped one. Not what we're doing. Okay, this is going to be 10 on each side, so 20 in total on your forward lunge. 2 dumbbells, here we all go. And again, you're gonna feel that all attacking the front of that leg that's coming out in front of you. 3, 4, good. Hover that knee, barely touch that knee, whichever way. Good. 9, I think. 10, halfway home. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Good job. So remember, you're keep thinking about that front leg, the top of the front leg, doing this work for you, right? So you're isolating on the front, kind of like above the knee. 17, I think. 18, 2 more. 19, and 20. Beautiful. Put that down. Shake it out. Wonderful. Okay, here we all go. We're gonna go again on our squats, dumbbells up on tops of the shoulders. Flip this. Do some assessing, right? If you felt pretty good, feel like you wanna go a little bit heavier, higher, heavier on your dumbbell selection, make that change now. This is your final 10 on the squats, right? So again, butt is down below the knees, and you're really thinking through the fronts of your legs are what's standing you up out of this squat, right? Is that 5? 6, good. 7, cute. 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. I like it. Okay, wipe your sweat off like I had to every time. Whew. Sweet. Okay, final time on your lunge. Again, if you want, you can always hang on to where you're more of a goblet hold, right? So this is you then on that lunge versus 2 dumbbells, perfectly a-okay as an option. Body weight's also an option. If you need to work on balance and the dumbbells are just too much, perfectly cool. Good. Again, you're really focusing on the front leg, lunging you down, lunging you back, up and in, right? Good. 8, 9, am I right? I don't know. I think so. That feels right spiritually. Spiritually, emotionally, physically it feels like 500,000, but that's neither here nor there. Good. Whew. 15, I think. 16. Good. Hang on to it, you got 2 more. 19 and 20. Cute. All right, put those down, shake it out. Fronts of legs, youch. I know, I agree with you. Dude, I had to get a water. It is hot up in here. Okay, really delightful. Here we all go. Now, we're going to do a little single leg action. You can do 1 dumbbell or 2, kind of whatever your preference is here. I'll do 1 dumbbell. But again, if you want to hang on 2, by all means, we're going to go on the backs of the legs and the butts. We're going to go a single leg on the deadlift, and then we're also going to go single leg on a glute bridge. So, hamstrings first. We're going to go on what's called a B stance. So B stance basically means, I'll go sideways and front ways, basically means that one leg is back as kind of a kickstand. So you're not putting weight back on this leg. All your weight's on that front leg, and then you're here. So looking at your front ways, slight bend in that front leg, and you're going here on that deadlift. So you're gonna feel that stretch all on the back side. I'll go this way. Go on the back side of that front leg, so back here. Once you feel the stretch, you're cool, come back up and in. So this is you across the board. Where I want you to focus is you wanna make sure that back stays flat. So shoulders get rolled back. You're kind of pinching the shoulder blades together right here as you lower this 1 dumbbell. Where you don't wanna go is here, right, to where now you're really rounding on the back, pulling on that low back for your deadlift when we're trying to target just the backs of the legs. Cool? Options there. We can lighten the dumbbell, go a little bit lighter. You can go no dumbbell if you need to. Perfectly cool there. And then we'll come down to the ground. We're gonna go single leg on a glute bridge. So for this one, we're going to go back on your back like so. We're going to stick 1 leg up in the air. I'm trying to think, maybe I'll go this way first. And 1 dumbbell is gonna be kind of on this one side. So you're going to drive up with the hips, bring it back down. So the left leg, the leg closest to you right now, as far as the camera, is the leg that's doing the work for you. What I want you to focus on, let me move this off me while I talk. What I want you to focus on is, as you are here, the knees are staying pretty parallel when you go up and down. So you're trying to kind of look and watch those knees to make sure those hips stay nice and square. Where you're trying to avoid is like leg comes up, leg stays way down here as you move kind of up and down on the glute bridge. If the single leg is too much, go just normal glute bridge where it's 2 legs on the ground, or 2 feet on the ground, excuse me, and hips come up on the other end. So you can always come here instead. Perfectly cool. You like it? Okay, we are going to go 3 times through this time around. So this is going to be a 10, 8, 6 on the rep count. Again, we're targeting hamstrings and glutes on this one, glute max. So the big side kind of of your butt there. So I like it. Are you ready to rock? Okay, 1 dumbbell in your hand. You're gonna have, if the right foot is back, the dumbbell's in the right hand. So we're going to, again, really focus on that front leg. Hips come through. And again, we're gonna go for 10 this first time around. Keep that back nice and flat. Suck your belly button in. Beautiful. 5, 6, good. 7. Again, as soon as you feel that on the back side of that front leg, cute, I like it, come back up and in. You're gonna feel that from kind of like the back of the knee all the way up to like right where your butt cheek starts. So once you feel that full range, beautiful, come back up and in. I think that's 10. It feels right. Flip legs, kind of recenter, reset, and here we all absolutely go. Good, that's 2. You have that slight bend in the knee, but again, you're hinging at those hips. So you're trying to think, I'm trying to push my butt back behind me, right? So you're trying to push that butt way back to that window back there and keep that back nice and flat. You're kind of thinking, okay, I'm trying to stick my tailbone like up into the corner of where the wall and the ceiling meet in the room, okay? So that's another good cue as far as how to push your butt back without squatting down with that knee. 7, does that feel right? Honestly, I totally and completely lost count for you. 8, good. 9, and 10. Bang, bang, bang. All right, flip you down. We're going to go on the single leg. Low-key, the single leg is hard with a dumbbell. I will say that out loud for you so you don't feel alone if you were like, dude, this is kind of rough. Yeah, it kind of is on the glute bridge. Okay, here we go. So the leg that is bent, that's the side with the dumbbell. And again, kind of watch those knees to make sure they stay parallel with one another. 3, 4, good. 5, 6, you're thinking 2, you're squeezing your butt cheek up on top of this hip bridge. Good. 9, and 10. Ooh, I like that for us. Okay, here we go. Really work to hold the dumbbell in place. That's part of it. You're welcome. Here we go. Keep the knees together. Not together, but in the same plane here. 3, 4, 5. Squeeze your butt cheek. Good. 8, I think. 9, and 10. Yes! Yes! Okay, yeah, I like that for you. I need just the biggest fan ever. I turn my ceiling fan on, it blows like absolutely nothing. It does truly nothing. That's a bummer. There's no speeds. It's just, it is what it is. You get what you get. So there's that. Don't recommend. 0 out of 10 recommend a fan like that. Okay, here we go. Flip sides. Okay, this is the round of 8 this time around, right? So again, you are focusing hamstrings. I'll go sideways. Hamstrings. So from like right there behind your knee to right where your butt's kind of starting. Bang, that's you on this deadlift. So you're here. Push your butt back, push your butt back. Keep that back nice and flat. There they all go. Good. There go the runners. They're gonna have the best hamstrings this side of the Mississippi. Remember people said that all the time? Do people still use the Mississippi as like the landmark? I think that was a thing in like Western movies. I don't know, I made that up. I'm just BSing this whole thing, I don't know, on the Mississippi situation. Maybe. 9, and 10. Cute. Bang, I like it. Flip you around. Here we all go. Focus on hips staying square, right? So you're trying to also think, I'm making sure this other opposite side is still pulling forward. We're not opening up here and going sideways, right? So keep that hip square, keep the hip square. Yes, cute, delightful. Good. Keep your back flat. Yes. Yes. 4. Driving. 5. Dude, we're crushing, and I know that. This 8? I think so. Make sure you're looking kind of down in front of you so that neck stays nice and in line with your back as well. And, oh, I did 10 on that side, didn't I? Well, okay. I forgot that, well, I did the round of 8 the first time around, but the second time I did 10. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would never lie on the accidental increase I had. I would lie on the decrease though. Okay, here we go. Okay, flip this down onto your hips. I would flip. Let's go the other side first this time around. So I flipped to the right this time. This is for 8. Don't let me cheat this time around. 3, 4, 5. Good. 2 more. 7 and 8. Yeah, nice. All right. Cool. There's not a great way to place this, so I'm sorry if we have a slight crotch or hip bruise, but we might. I don't know. Depends how delicate on the bruising you are, baby. I bruise like a peach, so that may be my situation, and that's just what's up. 4, 5, cute. 3 more. 6. Knees stay parallel. And 8. Nice. Okay. That's electric. That is just spicy. It's electric. It's nice. What do you use for the spicy emoji? Are you a chili pepper or are you a fire flame? I don't think it's just one flame. I think it's several. I typically am flame, but actually, I should be more on the chili pepper side. That's more my aesthetic, I feel like. That's like a muy caliente situation. Okay, here we go. Go for 6. Now you're performing, right? Now you're good, your hips are square, you're targeting exactly the back of the leg, and you're just living your best freaking life for 6 reps. That's 4, that's 5, and there she is. There she absolutely is. 4, 6, flip you over, go the other way. Good. Yes. Again, you're kind of looking down, like out in front of you, even like, I don't know, 8 inches out in front of you. That will help keep that neck nice and in line with your back. 4, 5, I think. And 6. Yep, that's all she wrote on that. And I like that. Okay, let's train your butt cheeks. One final time. Again, we're gonna go for 6. Leg is up. Keep your knees together in line. 4, hold on. Let me adjust. There we go. 5, 6, cute. Okay, we're working on, again, that foot is underneath the knee as you're here. Shouldn't stay nice and parallel kind of to the ground. 4, I think 4, 5, 6. See, there we all absolutely go. All right, good. Get it together. Let's talk through your mini band usage. We're going to train hip flexors. Very important in my experience of reducing injury. Every time I've gotten a running type injury, it's been from weakened hip flexors. So, once you diagnose the issue, right? Before that, you're like, is it my shoes? Is it my stride? Maybe, perhaps, possibly. But for me, turns out when my hip flexors were a whole lot more strengthened, dude, we're cruising. We're absolutely cruising. So, what your exercises are going to be. We're going to go first on like this V formation, this Y. No, together, and then we'll go to the Y. Sorry. So you're going to be here. You're going to use your brain to connect to right here, right wherever your thigh is meeting kind of like your lower abs. You're going to lift up and come out, tap, lift up, and come in, and then we'll go the other way. So this is you. Again, this is all hip flexor work. You're thinking through. You can even keep your fingers here. I started to say fingies. That was gross. Fingers here. And then you can feel those hip flexors firing and doing the work there. So that's going to be the first one. Then we're going to go on the banded march. What that entails for you, band goes around your feet, kind of like at the midfoot. Hang on something if you want to. You're going to use hip flexors here to drive the knee up in line with your hips, with your belly button, and then come back out and in. You might be a little wobbly, that's okay. Perfectly fine. So we're gonna go there. And then we're gonna take the band, we're gonna put it up above the knee. Now we're gonna target the glute medius and minimus. They're kind of hard to target by themselves. Where we're gonna go is into a lateral kind of squatted walk. So I'm gonna start over here. We're going to squat you down. Okay, beautiful. We're gonna keep this tension. We're going to walk, 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 cute, and then come back. So it's gonna be 3 out, 3 in, count as 1. Cool enough? So for our rep count, we're going to go 20 in total on the little seated like leg raise situation. We're going to go 20 in total on the march, and then we're going to go 8 on the walk. So 3 out, 3 in, count as 1, we will go 8, and that will be that. We're going to go 3 times through. I know, get excited. And that's the shebang. Cool enough? Okay, so feet together. This is very little movements, right? We worked a lot of big muscles. Now we're gonna really dial it in. Work kind of here around the hips, prevent some injury, strengthen those puppies, and here we all go. So raise it up, come back out, come back in. That is 1, go the other way. And that is 2. If you need to, you can always let your hands come down and kind of hang out here if you need them. Perfectly fine. But again, you're thinking through the hip flexors doing this work for you. It's also very easy when you're a runner to kind of train around the hip flexors versus really firing them and letting them do a lot of isolated work. That's just what's up when you run. So you're working a lot of the fronts, the backs, the glutes. So we're going to work little itty bitty sections, just again, so we don't forget to strengthen those guys so they don't get injured later on. Cool. I think that was 9, 10, 11, 12. What do you want to talk about? I want you to think too, you're sitting up nice and tall. Try not to all of a sudden start to come here on the round and back, right? You remain high in your posture, tall in your posture. Good. Ooh, these are cooking. Do you agree? They're like, I almost said it's like when like the bacon starts to sizzle, but that was effing weird. So I tried to then mute myself. It went honestly horribly because now I'm telling you about this thought that I had. 19, I think, and 20. Yowzy! Ugh. Okay. Band around your feet. We're gonna stand you up. If you need to, right? Ain't no thing. If you need to hang onto a wall, perfectly fine. Again, this might be a little wobbly. A-okay. Connect your brain to here, and here we all go. 1, 2, whoop, see, like that. 3, 4, good. Decently controlled, right? Trying to be slow as you can. I know the band's kind of pulling against you here. Gravity's working against you on that leg coming back down. So that makes sense. Cute. It's at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Picking up the slack, joining this prime way I'm getting to the rack. I do what I want when I want. Dude, these are barking, aren't they? You feel that? Again, really think through to your hip flexors. Fun fact, I've said this before, but if you're new here, muscle activation increases up to 30% when you think about the muscle that is doing the work. Isn't that fun? So think through, okay, my hip flexors are what's pulling up against this band right now. Not necessarily your knee, not necessarily your butt, but right here. Bang. All right. Let's flip this up to above the knee. This is going to be 8, right? Start over on one side. Squat yourself down. And again, we're walking. Good. Keep the tension on the band here, right? That's 1. So where I don't necessarily want you to go is here, where we lose that tension. I want you to keep that tension, really keep activating and working on the sides of the butt here for the outsides of the glutes. 2. Oh, this is a long rep count, I'll say it. 3, spicy. I like that for you. Halfway home. Now is where they start kind of barking, right? So you're gonna start to feel this on the outsides of your butt cheeks, kind of the outsides of the hips. That makes sense. That is our target. So that's where you're thinking through as far as stepping out away from the band, right? 5. Yes, magical. I like this for you. 2 more, which is really a lot of walks, a lot of steps. Good. Okay, that's 7. You thought we were done. You thought I miscounted. And I get why you thought that, but no. There we go. Okay, yeah, nice, oh, okay. All right. I swear I played sports. I swear I could catch things, but not that time. Not even kind of that time. Okay, kind of stretch out a little bit if you need to. I need to. So I'm gonna kind of go a little bit here as far as like the Indian style, and then kind of come forward. Let the butt cheeks breathe a little bit, let the hip flexors breathe a little bit. And here we all go, final time. So 20, on the rep count, up and out, and up and back. Cute, that is 1. 2. Good. It doesn't take a whole lot of movement either. You don't have to go too far on getting the foot out wide. We're talking, I don't know, what is that? Like a foot, maybe, of movement? Move your foot a foot. There you go. Good. I've lost count. 9. It feels right. 10. Again, if I'm wrong, you just do you on the rep count. Don't listen to me. Listen, I need an assistant that just counts over off camera so that I know where I'm at all times. Don't have that currently, but don't you worry. One day, we'll have just a professional counter that I can see so that I know then where I'm at on my reps. Now hiring just a counter off camera. Good. And 20, I think. Maybe. All right, here we go again. On this march situation. Dude, this is a little aggressive, isn't it? If you need to, you can always lighten your band. I have the heavy one on right now. If you need to go medium, light, perfectly fine. Again, you have a good amount of resistance with the bands in general going into that march. So if you need to lighten it, ain't no thing. Perfectly fine. 2, 3, 4, good. Really suck your belly button in, and again, you're thinking through hip flexors. I would even put your little fingers right here so that you can feel that's what's doing that work. Good. Good. Was that 10 or was that 12? We will never know. I'm gonna act like it was 10 and that was 12, and this was 13, but who knows? Honestly, not me. Good. Good. Again, you might be kind of wobbly. That's fine. That's living. Good. Knee up in line with that hip. Good, and 20, I think. She thinks. Okay. Here we go. This is the hostile one, in my opinion. Targets the absolute outside here, and here we all freaking go. Again, we're going to 3 out, 3 in, that counts as 1, and we are going to 8. Beautiful, look at us go. Stay. It's really hard to stay low as you're in that lateral, so I try to stay like, I try to think to myself, keep getting low, and then you'll low key start to stand up as you just keep moving. That's just the way it is. And then think to yourself, stay low, and then get back low, right? So you're trying to kind of fight against the stand up, though don't be mad at yourself if you start to stand up, because there's a lot of moving pieces here, and that does make sense. If you start to stand, ain't no thing. Cute, is that 4? Look at us. 5? No, not yet. This is 5. Cute. Good. 3 more. 6. Yes. There she is. 1.5 times around, because that's 7, and the final freaking deal. 8. Yes. Delightful. I like that a lot. Beep. Dude, over 2. Be so much cooler if I could catch that. I can, and I will, and that's what's up. Why'd I get so hostile? I don't know either. If you want a stretch video, I have several post leg day stretches and total body stretches you can do. You'll like them, I like to think. Couple things. If you like the video, beautiful, like it. Subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, I've linked our Patreon, so you can certainly do that as well. Everything is linked below this video in the description, all the items, all that good stuff. So, I like it. If you have any questions, let me know, and let me know how it went, because that was lit. Good luck on your run. I'm excited for you.